The Shaman for a brand new video. Today we're doing the one and only Freddy Krueger. What if Deku had Freddy Krueger's powers as a villain? I love doing the villain starts because heroes wouldn't really make sense to me. So you can just call me the villain or something. I'm like all for one, but like real life Black Kid though. So let me tell you how Freddy Krueger got into My Hero Academia. So All For One thought that we can't defeat. So when the League of Villains was built, let's say that they said that, well, they were looking through horror movies though, and they know every single movie has a little secret behind it. And they actually say Freddy Krueger was a real person until he died on such day. And they still have those bodies, but like it's all bones though. So they actually brought him back to life by using you know, like those demonic circle things. Like if you've seen them play Doom though, they have the demonic circle thing. They immediately conjure up Freddy, and he would look like himself, and he would say that, who's some of the one and only Freddy Krueger. And let's say that Freddy Krueger he has to like finish his thing and then he returns back to hell. Then he has all his dream powers back. And I'll also want to say that, Mr. Freddy Krueger. He would say that, what do you want me to do anyway though? Kill a kid? Mutilate them? Possess them? Kill their parents? Something else really scary. And let's see all those knife things are like glued onto him though. And he would say that we need you to impersonate a child so you can get to UA and actually like kill All Might. He would say done. And he immediately turns to a cut. Let's say that each soul he has captured, he can turn to them. So he turns like this little kid. So he turns into a kid version of Freddy. And say done. And they would say good. So in a few days then you can go to try out for UA. So he'd say, okay then. He would tell him that, well, after those few days are up though, like let's get to Deku's life. So Deku has no quirk and stuff like that, but he gains All Might's quirk, and we're just spinning through stuff so we can get to the thing. So they try out, but when Freddy's going there to UA, he would make look like a weird guy though, and everyone's saying that some adults would say, hey, cool, you look like Freddy Krueger. But they would look at his face though, and they would say, wait, they would think that you do look like Freddy Krueger, like real one. And he's all like burned up though, like in the original. And when he gets to UA, everyone's saying that, what's that kid anyway though? He looks like a burned version of Freddy Krueger. And his mission is so simple. He can turn good, but like he will only turn good if the contract tells him to. So Deku, say that Freddy Krueger, he sees somebody dreaming, and when he sees somebody dreaming, his physical form will turn into like this cloud thing and go into somebody's head, and he can possess them, or like go into their dreams and kill them. But they tell him to not kill any kids though, so he really can't. But he can, but he just doesn't want to. He's really tempted though, and let's see that. Okay, so let me tell you some Freddy Krueger's powers. Dream. Okay, let me give some. He has the ability to go into people's dreams, possess them, transforms to people. Increases knife things to like infinity strength though, and the knives are like impenetrable. Yeah, sorry. So Freddy Krueger, when he would immediately let's check see. When they say to go outside and do all the robot stuff, so they go, and immediately Freddy can like, the more people fear him or like fear stuff, immediately he gains more power. So let's say that Banana's like fearing stuff like that, saying if I don't get UA, that means all this stuff though, and he's fearing off a lot of stuff though, even Deku's fears. And they say go, and immediately, Freddy Krueger gets swarmed around like a lot of robots, and you say, heh. And immediately, his knives would immediately, like, shoot, though. I know he doesn't do this in the real one. I only seen one Freddy Krueger way versus Jason, but I know he doesn't have all these powers, but let's say that he does. So he has the ability to shrink his limbs though. So he immediately shoots all those knights around the robot, and they immediately blow up. And he would say, "I'm back, baby." And Dad would say that, geez, everybody's there though, and stuff. Everyone seems like really strong though. And you're gonna ask, why is Dad doing this? But, Freddy Krueger has like the appearance of Deku, but his face is still like all those burn marks. That's the one thing he cannot change about people. But you still have like his original red and green and black. Seems like Freddy Krueger actually likes Christmas though. So they see the 0 robot and say, "Oh yeah, that thing was amazing destruction." And immediately he's destroying more robots though, and they see that 0 robot's coming. So immediately Deku hears the girl screaming though. He immediately jumps in the air and like destroys the 0 robot and says that the kid's gonna die though. His contract said that can't kill any kids, so he immediately says that, well, better do something else. So he has hyper jump like the Hulk, so he immediately jumps in the air really high, grabs the kid though, and says that you almost got yourself killed there. And Deku is like saying, "What the heck though?" And he said, "I heard you." And he said, "Wait, what?" He told him that, "I can remind you, idiot." And Deku would say that, "You look like me though." And it said, "Don't get you're so flattered, kid, anyway." And immediately he drops him, though. He, Ochaka didn't save him, so he just dropped him. And he's walking away. And Deku asks what his name is, and he would say, "My name's Freddy Krueger." And Bakugo would say that, All Might would say, "That kid's really impressive, though." And when he has a contract, though, immediately has a symbol on his arm. Has the demon symbol on it though. But his gloves are the demon symbol's on his gloves though. And he would say that the recovery girl heals him up though, and immediately they go home. So he shows the League of Villains he got in, and they say great. And they say that he's stuck in that form until his contract's done. So he's like a small little kid. They can't increase his size and stuff. So they go to UA. So that, Freddy Krueger has to wear, his thing. So he has to, he always gives a hat with him with the book bag and says that, great, now I have to go to school over again. And, Freddy Krueger would be let's say that he has the power to read minds, so he just copy all of them, Deku's answers. But he would keep it around, he would copy every single answer Deku had. But when Freddy Krueger writes though, fire is being, you know how he's a contract though? It's when Demon writes something though, it immediately goes on fire. When he's writing though, it immediately goes on fire a little bit, but the paper doesn't go on fire. And the knives can't go down to sharp blood knives though, or big ones though. We don't see them big, but he has to keep them small. And Freddy, Deku gets a reply from, Ochaka says that thank you, should say thank you for saving me and stuff like that. And he said, no problem though. And, he sees that Freddy Krueger's there. And he say, oh hey, you saved me, didn't you? And he say, yeah, what? And he say, thank you for saving me and stuff like that. And he says, kid, he would say that, don't act like a fucker. And, he would say that, everyone would be saying, so what's this guy's quirk anyway though? And he would say that, let me guess, everyone's thinking, why does that kid look like that anyway? What's his quirk? And he would, Mr. Aizawa always appears and says that, if you're here to make friends, then just leave. So, I'm telling you this, Mr. Aizawa has a different test. He has a new one. So when they all have to, one has to come up front each time and, show their quirk off. So, Freddy Krueger gets picked up first. And Mr. Aizawa would say, what's your name and your quirk? And he would say that, my name's Freddy Krueger, and, my quirk is Dream Demon. I have the abilities to read minds, shapeshift, enter dreams, possession, and the rest of Freddy Krueger's things. And Mr. Isaiah's like saying, wait, what? And he would say that, well, I've been reading all your, he would say that, I've been reading all your minds already. You guys been saying that, why does that kid look like that anyway? And I remember me looking down there and saying that, he would say that, really, it's not that bad though anyway. And he would tell us fake story where his face was like burned like that. Though, and he gains everyone's trust now, like instantly, except Bakugo's. And he would tell them that his weakness of his powers is people are not afraid of stuff. And he tells them that I already figured out who's always afraid though anyway. And he would tell that he immediately says that you, he would say, Midoriya. He would say, yeah. He said, I already know what you're afraid of anyway. And he would say, wait, how? And he would say that you're afraid of that kid Bakugo anyway. Or you call him Kachan anyway. And, Mr. Aizawa's, he would say, okay, that's enough. And he would walk away. And now everyone knows he's scared of Bakugo. So now everyone else goes, and Deku would say that his quirk strength, and immediately Freddy says, he would say, Midori, you know you're lying. And immediately say, wait, what? He would tell him that, I read your mind, I already know what your quirk is. And, he would say, your quirk's not strength, and immediately, he would say that, I know you have All Might's quirk, and everyone would say, wait, what? And, everyone would say, you're joking. He said, do I look like I'm joking? This guy has All Might's quirk anyway. And, Deku would say that, you must be, he would say that, you must be a little crazy, Freddy, anyway. And mostly, everyone just thinks he's joking around. So nobody believes him, he has All Might's quirk. So then Mr. Aizawa tells him to put this stuff on and go outside to the train thing. So immediately, Bakugo goes first and gets 700 meters. And Deku, Chocolate goes next against Affinity. Now Freddy does something really weird though. He sees how Mr. Aizawa's like going to sleep. So immediately, he uses his demon powers to like levitate. He immediately levitate the ball, and it would be around like this red and black aura. And it's saying, wait, what? And Deku was saying, how that guy knew my quirk was though. I'm so glad nobody like believes him. He immediately throws it, so immediately a portal opens up to hell, and immediately, they see monsters in it, though, and immediately the ball goes through it, and he would tell him that, so when you throw a ball, a portal opens up, and he said, yep, so we just say Infinity, so Ochaku and him tie up for Infinity, and, immediately Bakugo tries to trip Freddy, but immediately, he tries to trip him, but, Freddy's leg immediately pops off, though, like, the foot area pops up. He says that, oh, great, Bakugo, you really want to get killed, don't you? And, immediately his leg's, like, hopping to him, though, and immediately gets back on him. So, I would say, wait, what? And, Bakugo, I thought he would just trip, though, but, like, his leg's like a zombie, though. And, the race attacks next, so immediately Freddy wins because he's faster than everybody. He just uses demon powers to like stop time. No, he just tells him the fake. He just says that I move faster than time, so he immediately got out of time for a second and immediately just walked there. And Mr. Aizawa said, how long did it take you? And he says it only took me like a second to do that. And he said, nope, Freddy's first place. And Mineta goes, everyone goes next, and it's the jumping. So immediately, Freddy jumps, and immediately uses his legs. So he makes them super strong, so he jumps really high in the air. And, Freddy gets first place, of course, and let's say that when Freddy possesses somebody, they immediately turn, like, demonic, though, and they have, like, all the abilities of him and the person. So, after those things are over, Freddy goes, I mean, they're already done with everything, so he tells him to get a subway and leave. So immediately he's walking away though. And Deku asks Freddy though, he would say that, "Are you really joking about what my quirk though?" And he says he would immediately put his hand around his shoulder and says that, "I know you're a quirk anyway though." And he would say that, "Have sweet dreams tonight anyway." And he would start laughing, and then a portal opens up under him, and he would say, "Well, it's my bus stop." And he immediately jumps through it. And Chuck would say, "What's wrong with him anyway?" And Eno would say that, "Why does that guy have knives and stuff?" Like, you see that is actually attached to him. And it's still, let's say it's past a few more days, so now they're doing the rescue thing. And yes, I am eating Pop-Tart. Pop-Tarts are the best thing ever. Coronavirus. Guys, I tell you something important. Wash your fucking hands. This is what's gonna happen to you if you don't wash your hands. You might look really cool, but kids are gonna make fun of you when you're a little kid. And then adults don't want to date you, and a hot chick doesn't want to date you because you look like this. You don't want to look like this piece of shit, do you? Billy, I'm corny. Davey will shut down soon. Okay. So, Frey's costume is just his iconic thing. His hat, his, red and green, his regular stuff. But he has a new thing, though. He actually has, they would tell him he would just say that he has, like, a jacket. And the jacket would cover the red and the green, though. And the regular stuff, though. And, so it's, All Might would say, "Oh, your costume looks great," and All Might would say that, "Hey, kid, what's your name?" And he says, "My name's Freddy Krueger." And, All Might did watch Freddy Krueger and says that, so he must be a big Freddy Krueger fan. And he would say, "So what's your quirk anyway?" It says, "Dream Demon." And, All Might would say, "Okay." So he told him that they're collecting a bomb and stuff like that. So, All Might says that, well, it is Deku. It is Ochaku and Deku versus Freddy and Bakugo. Now Bakugo says, "Boy, I have to stay with this ugly freak." And Freddy says that, "You might want to wash your words before I cut off your head." And Deku would try to defuse the situation and stuff. And they would say that, go. So Freddy would say that, "You can just watch the bomb, kid, though. Because you'll lose anyway." And he says that, "I know what you said to Deku on that middle school day anyway." Let's see, wait, what? You told him. Guess what? Everyone who's watching, though, you know this kid right over here, Bakugo, he said to tell Deku to jump off a roof to get a new quirk. And, everyone would, Deku would say, "How does he know that, though?" And he immediately takes off his jacket, though, and it immediately burns, though, and says that he immediately gets sharp claws to, like, increase the size, though, and immediately drags them onto, like, the thing, and he sees Deku and says, "I'm coming for you." And mostly Manette is scared, and he says, "Hey, Manette, keep it up. My power will increase stronger anyway." And All Might would tell Manette to stop being scared because this is a disadvantage to them. And he would try, but immediately when they're watching the camera, though, he immediately does the Five Nights at Freddy thing. He scares everybody in Class 1A. And everyone gets a little feared, though, except All Might, and Manette is mostly feared. He says, "Yes, more." And immediately he gets taller, though, like more spikes. So now, Deku sees Freddy, and Freddy says, "Well, you're gonna die, kid." And he says that, Deku says that, "No way, I'm gonna win." And he immediately, like, uses he immediately tries to punch him and destroy the smash. But his head pops off and says, "Whoa, what the heck?" And he say, "Nice try, kid." hey, bye, come on, just attack that kid. He immediately grabs him, though, like, grabs him by the arms. And his head pops back onto it, and he immediately says that, well, playtime's over. And it's immediately his knives pop up. But Ochako gets, she sees this, immediately touches Freddy, and her hands burn a little bit, though. But, the gravity quirk does work. It says, what the heck? It would say that, wow, Ochako, you did really good. And you say, you lovebirds, shut up. And he immediately stops floating and says that his head immediately turns around, though, like a skeleton. It immediately says, you're next. And immediately he grabs her. And immediately he stabs her in, like, the arm with his knives. And Deku immediately kicks, he actually punches him off of him. So immediately he's, like, on the exact same floor the bomb was on. And, Freddy Krueger immediately teleport back down there. And Bakugo goes down there too and says that I can finish this right now. And he immediately tells Bakugo, and he teleports Bakugo and Deku somewhere, and he keeps Ochako and Freddy there and says, well, if it seems like you like that kid so much, I'll kill him a second after you die. And she tries to use that technique she used on Ida, and says, that's cute, but it won't work on me. And immediately all those holes on Freddy would immediately regenerate, and she would say, wait, what? And immediately she gets like, where the blood is at, though. He says, he would have blood on his knives, so I immediately like them to say, no, that's sweet blood anyway. And immediately turns into Ochako, says that, oh, look at me, I'm Ochako Uraraka. I'm a stupid idiot that looks stupid. I like Deku. And we start mocking her, though, and stuff like that. And Ochako gets really mad now. And Ochako's like, gonna punch Freddy. And immediately she does. So his head pops off. And his head, and Ochako's body's like standing there, though. And her head's right there. It immediately melts, though. And Freddy's head immediately pops up back. And says, did your mom tell you to not attack people without permission? And his knives immediately, like, his hands immediately, like, get off his body, though, and, like, they're crawling. And, like, they grab Ochako's arms, and Freddy's arm will maybe pop back up, but they're still on Ochako, and his head will pop back up. So, Deku did defeat, Bakugo. And would say, it seems like my friend over here is, like, defeated. And, he immediately, like, defeats Ochako by throwing her out the window, and immediately he says, oops, sorry. And immediately he stretches out his hand, though, he grabs Ochako, gets her back, and throws her into a wall, and she's down for the count. So now he immediately tells where Bakugo and Deku were, and he sees Deku's gonna touch the bomb, but he immediately shoots him with spines, like those knives, though, and immediately they attack Deku's joint muscles, though, so like he's on the ground. And he says, why can't I not move? And he says, listen here, first thing I defeat your girlfriend, and now I'm gonna murder you. And immediately he gets his knife, though, and drills it into Deku's arms. And All Might says, that's enough. Freddy, if you don't stop, your team will immediately be disqualified. It says, final man. So he immediately grabs Deku and throws him into a wall. And they say the timer's up. The villains have won. And he would walk up to Deku and say that, wow, he would say, you people are going to become heroes, and you can't even defeat me. And he would say that, I will give this shout out to Manef for being the scariest baby of all time. And immediately he teleports there with everyone else, though. And Bakugo wakes up and says, did we win, though? And he says that we did win, though. And say, yeah, it's all me. And he would say that, Freddy would say that, no, it was all me, actually. You were on the ground like a baby. And he says that, well, you did have a good dream, though. You were thinking of defeating Deku anyway, but you always lose. You were always jealous of Deku, weren't you? All Might would say that that's enough, and he would say, let's check. He would say to Momo, well, what happened on Freddy's team? And they say that Freddy he did do a good job acting like a villain, though. but he did take it too far by attacking them too much. And I'm actually scarring a lot of people with a lot of injuries. And she would say that, well, Freddy did do good by knocking out like the Horntar team. And Jock is still mad by Freddy doing that though. And everyone's now scared of him, and he says that he would say in his head, now everyone's afraid of me, I'll gain more power. And when they look at the cameras like in different colors though, they see all the fear like drain into him though. So like the camera's not looking that good, but then they fix it and it turns to this color that seems like the energy of people's fears would immediately go to him. And Freddy's really no remorse about what he did though. And Recovery Girl was there, so she healed them all up. And Chaku feels bad for Freddy because he must have a rough childhood because people continue to make fun of his face though. So after All Might's thing is done, they go home and stuff. So All Might would speak to Freddy in his room, say that, hey Freddy, he would say that if you need to talk to me at all, he'd say, All Might would say that if you need to talk to me at all, you can just come to my office though. And he would say, I'm fine. And immediately, he would say that, I did hear from Deku that you said his quirk was not what you think it seemed. He would say that, I already know what your quirk is anyway, All Might. He'd say you passed down generation from generation, stuff like that. And All Might would say to keep that secret because if anyone knew, then my career would be over though. And he would say that nobody would believe me anyway. And immediately a hell portal opens up though, and he says, bye. And immediately he jumps through it. And the hell portal closes, so a few more weeks pass on, but Miss Razor would tell them that they're going on a field trip to the rescue thing. So this is where the part where everyone will be saying that you guys are going to be put into groups, and everyone's going to feel bad whoever's with Freddy, because if he had to rescue anyone, he would like doing the evilest way possible. And Mr. Aizawa immediately goes to sleep, and he says, I'm going to pull a prank on Mr. Aizawa. And would say, wait, what? And he immediately goes to like a cloud. And he goes to Mr. Aizawa's like mouth though. And he immediately possesses Mr. Aizawa and says, oh, hello class, I'm Mr. Aizawa. I'm the lazy person that's a teacher. And a lot of people laugh though, except Deku, Ochaku, and Ida. Everyone starts laughing though, and immediately when Mr. Aizawa wakes up, Mr. Aizawa said, what are you laughing at? And Mr. Aizawa would be like, he would say, what happened? And nobody would snitch except Ida. He says, Mr. Aizawa, Freddy over there actually possessed you and went to your dreams though. And he would say, is that true? He said, yep, you had some funny dreams anyway. Who's that person with the quirk that allows people to laugh though? And Mr. Aizawa says, shut up. And he would say that, anyway, you guys are going to there. So they immediately get on. Everyone's wearing the costumes, stuff like that. And when they get there, they immediately see they see the hero Rescue 13. And Rescue 13 actually was scared of horror movies. And she sees Freddy and says that, young boy, you look like that, person on the movies called Freddy Krueger. And asks him what's his name, and it says, my name's Freddy Krueger. And she would say, you're joking, right? And he would say, Mr. Aizawa said, nope, he's not joking. And, she says, anyway, we need to continue on with this. So, Freddy, she looks really cool. Freddy, interesting, I just have to check that. So, some villains come through, and they would say, we're going to villains, stuff like that. And, you'd say, they would say, we're scaring all you around the area, so they get Freddy, it's Ochaku, Freddy, it's Deku, Freddy, Mineta, and Frobby. Now Frobby says that we need to make a plan, and he would say, and Freddy would say that I already have one. So he immediately opens a hell portal, and he says that you guys might want to hold your breath. And he says, what? And immediately throws everyone in there, and a portal opens up where Mr. Arzawa is. And immediately Mr. Arzawa says, kids, go away though. And Freddy would say that, hey Manette, where you? He would immediately scare Manette a little bit, and he gets fear. So Manette's strong enough to defeat the Nomu. He immediately grabs the Nomu's leg. Or at least grabs its, he actually reaches his hand through the Nomu and grabs its head though, and rips it off. And, Freddy would say that you guys need to get, Mr. Arzawa out here. And Mr. Arzawa would be knocked out, and he would say that Mr. Arzawa's knocked out, and he immediately possesses Mr. Arzawa. And he would say that, come on kids, let's go. And they can see, when he possesses somebody, the face gets, more burned up, though. They have, darker eyes, though. And, immediately Nomu says, kill them all. And Nomu goes after Freddy. He immediately punches Mr. Arzawa, though, but he immediately lets Mr. Arzawa go, so that he can punch Nomu in the face. So the Nomu's on the ground, though. And Shigaraki's going after the kids, and the kids got Mr. Arzawa. And he said, no way he's doing that. He would say that, he would stop some, villains from, All Might would get there, and he would stop Shigaraki from attacking the kids. He stops Nomu, though, and they would say that they got 2 days off, and All For would say, you did good, Freddy. He said, I know. And immediately a grindstone appears, though. He immediately sharpens his, metal knife, though. And he says that, well, he would tell him that our contract says that you can't kill any kids, remember? And he says, yeah, I know. I don't even know why you guys want to conjure me up if I can't kill anybody. He says you can't, but you can't show anybody you do. So immediately, the next 2 days, though, he's trained more, though. And he has gained some new fear abilities. So he can get into fear phase, is where if he gains enough fear, he can phase through objects, like Danny Phantom. Without being told, my life deck was Danny Phantom of Evil. Ooh, that would be very cool. So, Deku would talk to, Freddy. So when Freddy's sitting at, a table at lunch, actually, and we're skipping to lunch, and, really Freddy's sitting at a table by himself, though, Chaku, Deku, and Ida sits there, too. And, Deku says that you seem lonely, and says, leave me alone. And he would say that, so why you possess Mr. Arzawa anyway? And, he sees them that he's eating with his knives, though. And immediately Chaku says that, Chaku would say that, Chaku says, so how you got your powers anyway? Everyone would show them how they got theirs. Chaku would tell her backstory of when she was picking up stuff for her mom, immediately her quirk activate. He would tell him a story that when he was a little kid, his parents didn't really like him because mostly nobody liked him in his village, so they actually tried to kill him. So he tells him that to keep this quiet, but he murdered everybody in the village. Everybody. Even the kids that always pranked him. And the worst part of all, though, he would tell him that these knives on my hand are, permanent, because my mom wanted to kill me in this senseless way, so she actually glued these things onto me, or quirk, it allows her to fuse stuff together. immediately she fused these knife gloves on me. And, I would say, that's really tragic, though. And it says, wait, so you murdered everybody in your village? And saying, yes. And, you would say that, that makes you a villain, right? It says that, well, technically they were trying to kill me first. Technically it's self-defense. And he says, yes, but still. And he tells him that, see, this is why no one understands anyway. And immediately, Deku asks, so, why do you tell us to, keep our breath closed when we were in that portal? He would tell him that, well, being a demon means that I'm classified as half demon. And they would say, wait, what? And yeah, I am half demon. Why do you think I really don't take any die, though? And why do you think when I popped off my head, I didn't die? And they always thought that you're just, like, really immortal. He told them that, well, with this quirk, I'm physically immortal. And, well, I'm physically immortal, so I really can't die. So this one I have to leave off here because I think I'm getting tired though, and I want to do what if Deku had a blood quirk or something, but I actually like this photo really much because you guys call me a Freddy Deku. Like, let me just tell you something after this. So, Deku asks, why you look like me mostly? And you say, what do you mean? And you say, well, your hair is like mine, mostly everything like me, but just eviler. Because the hair is like all red and green though. And Deku's is green. And he would say that, well, I actually like intimidate, like copying people a lot. Because if people see my real form, then people would be scared of me and stuff. And say, no, we wouldn't be scared of you. He says, really? And he shows him his real form. So immediately he has like, he's all bald, all that burnt stuff on him, it's like more stuff. He has like a missing eye. And, he looks more like his skin looks like his skin down though and stuff. And, he has like this big, eye on top of his forehead though. And everyone, he would say, you look great. And he would say, Jaku, I know you mean well, but just don't lie though. Amy turns back to normal and stuff. But, he tells him that, well, for each person, he would tell him that, well, he would tell him that, you know that one of you people are telling a lie here, right? And he would tell that, he would say, Jack would say, what do you mean? He would say, one of you are telling a lie about your quirks. And Ida said, yeah, didn't you say that Deku's quirk was about, All Might's quirk? Something similar to it? And he said, yeah, it was. Fuck. So, just gonna have to leave off here because I'm tired though and I want to watch something else on TV. That would be really cool though. What if Deku had like a quirk that allows him to do things? Like, what if Deku was, not Chaka's, but Toga's brother? That would be really cool. Well, this is gonna be the Shellmaster, and bye.